Hey guys, today we're going to make slow cooker breakfast casserole. I got this recipe from All Recipes, and if they're on the platform that I'm posting this on, I will tag them to give them credit for this recipe. I'm going to use this recipe to hopefully meal prep some breakfast burritos for my husband for his breakfast for him to grab and take to work. First thing I'm going to do is in a large skillet, I'm going to brown up 2 pounds of sausage, a sweet onion, and a red bell pepper. Now you can use whatever type of breakfast sausage you like. If you don't like spicy, use both pounds of mild. If you like a lot of heat, do both pounds hot. You could do one mild, one hot, whatever you want to do. I'm using a mild and I'm using a sage. My husband likes the sage sausage, so I thought I'd give that a try. All right, you chop it up. I'm gonna go get my crock pot. Okay, so now I'm going to build my casserole in my crock pot or slow cooker. I'm gonna start out by spraying some non-stick spray inside my crock pot. Now I'm gonna add in my sausage, peppers, and onions. Now I'm gonna add in a 26-ounce bag of hash brown potatoes. Now I'm gonna add in about a cup to a cup and a half of shredded cheese, whatever kind of cheese you like. Now we're gonna stir this up. I'm not gonna add any salt to this because with cheese and sausage, that's gonna be more than enough salt. I'm just gonna add in some black pepper. Now you're gonna pour in a dozen eggs that you have whisked up with a cup of milk. I'm gonna give that another little mix. Now before I add in my last little layer of cheese, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna take some of this out and I'm gonna put a little bit in some muffin tins for me to have like some little, you know, breakfast muffins kind of situation, little egg bite kind of things. Make sure you spray your muffin pan if you do this step. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one last stir. Because I took some out, mine's not gonna cook as long. Now I'm gonna put a little bit more cheese on top of my crock pot. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my muffins over here. So I'm gonna bake my muffins at 350 and we'll see how long it takes for them to get done. Now I'm gonna pop a lid on my crock pot and I'm gonna set this to low. The recipe says you can cook it on low for 3 to 4 hours. No. Low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 3 to 4. So I'm gonna put mine on low. We have errands to run, so I'm just gonna let it go on low while we go run errands. And then when I get back, I'll check on it, see how it's cooking. If I'm at home and I wanna turn it up to high so I can watch it, that's fine. But then hopefully I'll be able to make up my burritos tonight or this evening when we get back home, and then my husband will have them for in the morning and the rest of the week. Hey guys, okay, I told you I would show you what my muffins turned out to be like. My rest of my casserole is still cooking in the slow cooker, but here's how my muffins turned out. Can y'all see that? And of course, I cooked mine in a little silicone pan. If you cooked it in a metal pan, they would get crisper around the sides. You see how moist that looks inside? So now let's go in for the taste test. It's hot. That's good. I do think I am gonna add just a tiny bit of salt and pepper to mine, but that's okay. I'd rather do that than add it to my whole casserole and it be too salty. We'll wait and see how the crock pot version turns out later on today. Okay guys, I am back from running errands. So it has been several hours since we put our breakfast casserole on. So mine was in the crock pot for 6 hours. So it cooked on low for 4 hours, and then it shut off to warm until I got back home. And so I just got back home, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay guys, that's what we're looking like. And it is just a little crispy around the edges, but it's not burnt. See, it's just that cheese got a little crispy around the edges. So I told you I was going to make these into breakfast burritos for my husband, so I'm going to attempt to do that now. This is what it looks like. Ooh, scooped out. Can y'all see that? All right, that's what the filling looks like, y'all. That looks so good. Now, y'all remember I made me some little muffins that I ate for lunch, and I did add a little salt and pepper to those. As I know what it tastes like, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a tiny bit of salt and pepper to this burrito. And I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese, and that'll get all melty when he heats it up. So now let's attempt to fold this. All right, guys, there's one burrito. I'm gonna finish making these up and I'll show you how many we made. Okay, guys, here are my burritos. Look how huge those are. So I got 8 big burritos out of that, plus I had taken some of that out and made me 6 little muffins. So you could easily probably get 10 burritos out of this. All right, so let's look at this cross section, y'all. Oh, wow. That looks really good. And then my husband can take some taco sauce or any kind of sauce he wants to take to kind of put on them for work. I'm gonna sneak one little bite. The burritos are where it's at. My little muffins were good, but with the tortilla and stuff, they're really good. Oh, that's really good. Well, I hope y'all try this recipe. This turned out great. My husband's going to be super excited to have these. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys try it. See you guys next time. Bye.